It's Friday. You know what that means. We have new content in MLB The Show, and they just keep rattling off great content updates. So today we got a bunch of new stuff with September Spotlight. We got a new XP reward path. We got a new weekend classic. And we have some stuff to really look forward to, as well as 7 new diamonds in the final regular season roster update. I made so many stubs. Let's get into it all. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys become a channel member to receive exclusive perks such as roster update advice from someone who's made over 10 million stubs this year, one-on-one coaching, and access to the members-only Discord, link in the description. So as we always do, let's take a look at the calendar. So on October 7th, which is on Tuesday, we're of course going to get a new multiplayer program. And then on TBD, so one thing I do want to mention is they are going to be releasing the wildcard content sometime later today. I just can't be bothered to wait to make the video. So be on the lookout for that. We are probably going to see a 99 Cam Schlittler from my Yankees, who absolutely kicked ass last night. That was such a fun game to watch as a Yankees fan. God, that was awesome. But I hope we get a 99 Cam Schlittler. But regardless, you know, they're going to be dropping an AL and an NL program for each series. So for the wild card, division series, and championship series. And they said that it'll come out within 1 to 2 days after the last game of the series. So the last game was yesterday. It's going to come out tonight. They said it on the stream. Maybe tomorrow morning. Who knows? And then there's an X there for the 17th, which is in 2 weeks, which is probably going to be the Extreme program. So buckle up. So let's take a look at the final regular season roster update. So for players who are not currently alive in the playoffs, you know, there are some players that could get upgrades who did well in the wild card, even if their team lost, but it's only like a 3-game sample size, or 2 if it was the Cincinnati Reds. But ultimately, yeah, so we have 7 new diamonds today. I got 4 of them, and the 4 I got, I made a ton of stubs on, but obviously there's so much here that I'm not going to go over. So we're just going to focus on the new diamonds. So we're going to start off with Gabe Spear. I held him. I didn't have him in my video because I was just like kind of confused on what they were doing with him. He ended up going to an 86. I had him in the last update when he went down. So glad to make stubs off of him. Perdomo here, it was pretty obvious he was the biggest lock of the week. Should have went diamond in the last update, but whatever. Okay, I'll take it. I was totally right about Trevor Rogers. Like, that one start against the Yankees wasn't enough for him to not go diamond, and he goes to an 86. Nicholas Kurtz here, I did not invest in him just because I was worried about his stats versus lefties, but he gets enough of a boost to go to a diamond, to an 86 actually. He deserves to go diamond just based off his season alone. We also have Blake Snell, got a +4, which is a crazy jump. He was really cheap. I think he was below 1,000 at one point in the last week. So that's a sneaky, really good investment if you guys got in on him. I did not. I was just too lazy. Junior Caminero, another guy who went diamond. I did not have him, but he got the upgrades versus lefties that he needed to go diamond. Great season for him. We also have Yandy Diaz, who I did invest in. He all around got the offensive upgrades to go diamond. And then that was it. One thing I will say, I find it crazy that, like, I can understand Merrill, he was in my video, I can understand him only going to an 84, but Freddie Peralta only getting a +1, I don't understand that, but I can't complain. Let's go to the inventory and see how many stubs I made. So I'm obviously not going to quick sell all the cards because of the stub cap, so I had 500 Geraldo Perdomos, which is going to give me 1.878 million. I had 1,000 Trevor Rogers, which is going to give me 3.75 million. 500 Gabe Spears, which is going to give me another 1.875 million. And then we also had, where's Yandy Diaz? I think I had 500. What happened to his card art? Why doesn't he have the diamond background? Whatever. Yandy Diaz, another 500. This is going to be 1.5 million. So I did all the math on my Excel sheet. I made 9 million stubs in today's roster update. That is easily an all-time record. Now let's go over the new content from today. Let's start with the Spooky program. So there was this Andre Dawson that came out the other day on Tuesday. This is kind of like the 20 in June, except they're actually giving us players as it goes on. So you can get this Michael Young today, 125 for both contacts and clutch, can play all 4 infield spots with solid power. You cannot get the John Franco yet, but this is going to be a sick card. Screwball, sinker, slider, 4-seam circle change 125 hits per 9, 125 clutch, great control, and break. And what I mean by that is they're adding missions as the days go on, kind of like the 20 in June program. Moving down the line, we have Cliff Lee, Spooky Series, 4-seam sinker, cutter, circle change, knuckle curve. Not the best hits per 9 in clutch, but Cliff Lee is going to have amazing control and break. And then there's also a 20th anniversary pack. Let me quickly run through the new cornerstones as well. We have a 99 Tony Gwynn, typical Tony Gwynn card. I've never really used him endgame. Such a shame because he's one of the greatest pure hitters of all time. Doesn't really translate into the game. He won't be bad. Johnny Bench. This is probably the best Johnny Bench card we've ever got, but like there are other better catchers. He's insane defensively and can play 5 positions though. And then we have Tom Seaver from the Mets, 4-seam sinker, slider, 12-6, changeup, solid per 9s, good clutch, and maxed out stamina. This card could actually be pretty good. Now let's take a look at the 9th inning XP reward path. Now I'm already at 100,000 XP points because I did the voucher like I always do, and I did the exchanges like I always do, so I haven't even played a single game, and I'm already 15k away from this Jock Peterson, who's a henchman, retro finest, 118, 125 versus right, 104, 82 versus left, 125 clutch, gold defense. This card is just the definition of a pinch hitter or a platoon DH versus righties at this stage in the power creep. Let's take a look at the XP bosses. So we have Andrew McCutcheon, retro finest from 2014, 125, 115, 107, 125. Those are great stats. 125 clutch. The defense is gold, great speed, can only play center field. I will say they dropped so many good outfielders today, which we'll get into later. And although this card is great, he might get overshadowed, especially if he has the dreadlocks glitch. That has been a part of the game with Manny Ramirez and other cards as well. But yeah, Chris Sale, slider, 4-seam circle change, sinker, 114, 116 per 9s, 125 pitching clutch. I don't know. I find it kind of easy to hit Chris Sale. Some people really like him. I don't mind using him as a pitcher, but I kind of pick up his pitches pretty well. And then I think this is the easiest choice in the world. Corey Seager, World Series MVP from 2023. 125, 120 contact, 125, 109 power, 125 clutch. This card just absolutely rakes. His defense is also pretty solid as well. So that's it for the XP reward path. I also want to mention there's a 25k stub voucher for some reason. Maybe if those guys become less than that on the market. And then let me just quickly show you these guys from the cornerstones. Now let's go back to the programs and talk about the September spotlight. So taking a look at the program, the final program reward is Jake Magnum. A little underwhelming given the other program rewards in the past. You know, he has good speed, good fielding, switch hitter. He'll be good against lefties, but 82 power, just not good enough at this stage. Moving down the line, we have a Spencer Horwitz, destroys righties, meh, not even meh, pretty bad against lefties. We have Brett Beatty, all around pretty good balanced hitter with 125 contact, right, and clutch. And he can play second base. We have a Kyle Bradish, sinker slider, 4-seam 12-6 circle change. Does he have outlier? No, but overall pretty solid starter. We have a Gabriel Moreno, good contact, vision, discipline, clutch, and defense, but the power is just pretty lackluster. Matt Svanson, I don't know if I said that right, reliever, sinker, sweeper, cutter. He does have outlier on the sinker, and he has hits per 9 and clutch and good case per 9. This is probably the best card in the program. Pretty underwhelming program in my opinion. We have a Home Run Derby X pack. We have obviously all the Spotlight packs like it typically is. Let's take a look at the players in the Spotlight pack. So like I predicted, Ivan Herrera, wow, he's much better offensively than I thought he would be. Defensively still a little lackluster. We have Kobe Mayo maxed out for contact left and power right. We have Grant Taylor, a closing pitcher, 4-seam 12-6 cutter slider, who is double outlier, which is pretty interesting. Romy Gonzalez, maxed out contact and clutch, good power versus lefties, can play a ton of positions with good speed. Stephen Kolek, that 80 case per 9 just single-handedly ruins this card. That's just not good enough for this stage of the year. And then quickly, here are the tops nows. This is a great reliever. Wow. Wait. Okay. This is a great reliever for tops now. That's crazy. Hunter Barco, another good reliever. Wow. Okay. And then we have Luis Garcia now, and then we have Trevor McDonald now. Now let's take a look at the Lightning collections for the Lightning players. First, we have Jorge Polanco. I predicted him correctly. And this card is very good. His swing is amazing. 113, 125 contact, 103, 117 power, 125 clutch. Switch hitter, can play second and third. I will say, I don't know if this card beats out Ben Zobrist for my starting second baseman, but this is a great free card. Ben Zobrist is very expensive. If you can't get Zobrist, this is a great option. And then let's take a look at the Retro Lightning Collection. So the henchman is this Nolan McLean. This card is amazing. I mean, look at that pitch mix. Just absolutely gross. Sinker, sweeper, slurve, circle change, cutter, 110 hits per 9, 113 pitching clutch. This is just disgusting. And the Retro Finest is 99 Ronald Acuna Jr. from his 40-70 season in 2023. 120, 107 contact, maxed out power, maxed out arm, maxed out stealing. This card is great. Like, this card is just insane. And then really quickly, let me wrap this up by showing you guys the, okay, it's all the way back here, the new Weekend Classic rewards. So the first one is a Milestone Zach Wheeler. This card's pretty solid. Pitch mix could be a little better, but it's not bad. I mean, good stats all around, and he does have Outlier on the sinker, so it's a good card. But he's easily overshadowed by the other Weekend Classic reward. This Mickey Mantle is insane. I feel like I might have to finally replace Beltran, or maybe I'm going to have to bench Ted Williams. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know he's going to be in my lineup somehow. Switch hitter, maxed out for literally everything except power left and vision. Diamond defender, good speed, switch hitter. This is one of the best cards in the game. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but most importantly, make sure you subscribe on here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.